Adobe's new PDF AI, the Dia browser costs, and more folding phone talk. This is MacVoices. This MacVoices is supported by the Insta360 Go Ultra, the camera that goes everywhere with you. Visit store.insta360.com and the promo code MacVoices to get a free set of sticky tabs. Jeff, I'm going to stay with you for this one because I saw this and was thinking about you. Adobe has a new AI-powered hub for PDFs. Did you see this?
No, I totally missed this.
Okay, so
this is from today. Okay, so I feel a little better that I've totally missed it, but not much.
Yeah, so this, if I take the article and if I'm reading it right, you can upload up to 100 PDFs into this AI, and then it will analyze them for you, bend, fold, spindle, mutilate them to from the information standpoint to get you what you want. And it's $25 a month. And I'm thinking, okay, but ChatGPT, I think I can do that with that. I think I can do that with a lot of the others because I haven't sent 100 PDFs up, but I've sent some things to it and let it do analysis for me. And so I wanted to get your opinion, and anybody else is welcome to throw in here about, Marty says you're limited to 10. Okay. Oh, with ChatGPT. Thank you, Marty. So you tell me, is Adobe just trying to get into the game? Do we really need an Adobe large language model to review PDFs, a standard that they created so that it would be a standard for everyone? Or am I just being grumpy?
Okay, so you're going to get my total off-the-cuff first reaction to this. And my gut reaction is, it's a good thing Adobe's doing this because they need to be doing this. There are different thresholds for dealing with this kind of content, PDF specifically. This is not new in the AI space. This is something at the enterprise level is very common. It's huge in the healthcare industry. And for example, you can have forms from all your doctors going into one, like primary care physician or some specialist needs to look at everything. None of these doctors use standardized forms. So it all comes into the system, and then it needs to be parsed out and put into your practices or hospital's system in a way that's actually usable. And so that's a thing that's been happening for a while. Adobe is not doing that thing. So getting into the space now, that it's like the thing, the best time to do something was yesterday, the second best time is now. And I think that's where Adobe is with this. What I'm gathering, the differences here is that the products that I have seen cater to the enterprise level. Adobe probably wants to cater to enterprise, but is also making this accessible at what I will classify as the consumer end. So yeah, this is something that's actually really useful. And if you need to do a lot of research from a bunch of PDFs, it's sure a lot easier to have it all go into a system, and then you can tell that that AI tool, this is what I'm looking for. And then it goes and finds all the patterns and relationships, many of which you would find given enough time, but some you probably would miss. And then you've got all this data correlated, collated, and presented in a way that you can then continue on with whatever your research or whatever it is you need to do. And it saved you a ton of time. So yeah, this is a big thing. Um, yes, Adobe is behind the PDF format. It's PostScript ultimately. Um, and yeah, so it's a thing they created, but Adobe open sourced this a very long time ago. So so Adobe is not the master of PDF anymore. There's still the big name, but PDF is controlled outside of Adobe.
And thank you, Jeff, because you went somewhere I want to go. And Marty, we'll get to you in a minute. I have you in the queue. But the fact that it's only PDFs that can be sent in, so that if I have a Word document, if I have a PowerPoint document, if I have an Excel document, I'm going to have to turn it into a PDF in order to feed it in here. And that's fine because at least I can get it in. But so that's my first concern with this. My second concern, though, and this goes back to something we discussed last week when Adobe announced a free image, background removal tool that you upload your image and it removes the background for you. How comfortable are you with giving Adobe 100 PDFs worth of potentially confidential information?
Yeah, that's a really good question. What are the terms about how that information is being managed? Um, so okay, so now you have me thinking about what if you're someone like me who is producing a white paper for some company, and they have all the information that you need to distill and put into a presentable format. Let's say your target audience for this is the CFO of a company. Okay, well, with that in mind, I can go through and read 10 30-page PDFs to try and find the information that I need to present in the white paper. Or I can take those 10 PDFs of 30 pages, feed them into a system like this, and tell it, this is what I'm looking for. Find me the information and get me some relevant quotes out of here. And then it does. And I've got that information, and I've probably saved myself hours of work. And now I can get back on with what I need to do and actually produce the document myself. However, if all this information is getting taken in and then used by Adobe for whatever, that's a problem if some of it's proprietary.
Right.
In this case, probably not because it's a white paper, but anyhow.
Yeah. Well, and is it being used? Again, we have to see the terms, but is this being used to help train Adobe's AI to be better? The material you send up. That's a rhetorical.
My guess is it's not Adobe's AI. It's the AI system that they have bought into.
Yeah, and it's a rhetorical. I didn't really expect any definitive answer to that.
And I'm totally speculating right now, too.
Oh, we both are. We both are. Marty, what are your thoughts, and are you speculating?
No, I speak about this in the academic sphere a lot. So my presentations at conferences in my field has been about AI use and use for research. Adobe's doing what ChatGPT can do, but it has a larger base. ChatGPT limits yourself to 10 documents, and they'll take PDFs, they'll take Word documents, they'll take a variety of documents to analyze. Adobe does more than that, but really, if you're doing research and you're doing some serious writing around research, Elicit, ELICIT.com, is an academic service where, depending on what you pay per month, and it ranges from free to $12 a month to $50 a month, it will allow you to upload or gather, because it has its own search services to pull in, and it will do a meta-analysis on multiple articles. So it does this whole summary, and you actually put in the parameters like the You want to know about what the study design is. You want to know about the sample size. You want to know about how long the intervention was, what the intervention type was. It will give you a nice table with an output of all of that information by reviewing articles. And I think, you know, we used to have how long our articles were dependent on how big our kitchen table was, because these things used to be spread across our kitchen table, and we'd have to do the analysis that way by going through it piece by piece. And all of this can be done electronically with services like this that are, well, in my case, geared towards academics.
Webb, any thoughts on this and how much of the cookie is left?
About a third. And I've been sitting here reading about, well, now I'm getting a baseball score, but I've been reading about the history of PDFs. So Chuck, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
No, that's all right. No, listen, you were doing research as far as
But that
I'm
history on PDFs is fascinating if you read it. So
yeah, it is.
PDF is really interesting. Yeah. I know.
But I don't want to
just
get us
put
off
myself
topic.
into a very specific demographic by eliciting my excitement about that. But yeah.
No, and looking back, Jeff, it's funny. You would have thought this should have been the easiest thing in the world. To create a standard that everybody could read and utilize. And then, but when you started to get into things like fonts and all that, it falls apart. And so, yeah, the history of PDFs is very interesting. Oh, Marty just gave us an update. Cubs are ahead 2-1 in the fourth. In the fourth, what? No, never mind, Marty. I'm not going to. We don't want to tax Jeff's brain in the fourth epic
of our Lord and Master, the Lords of Cobol or Cthulhu. I'll stop now.
That went deep real quick.
Yeah.
Marty,
COBOL programmers need love too. I just want to throw that out there. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I was a COBOL programmer.
See, you're already super cool.
Condolences, Webb.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say I was good at it. I just said I was a COBOL programmer. So.
Yeah, I did learn some COBOL along the way. Yeah, then I'm still here. MacVoices is supported by the Insta360 Go Ultra, the tiny 4K camera that goes with you everywhere. Imagine your life, not just lived, but captured beautifully anytime, anywhere. Whether it's a morning jog by the water, a high-powered run down the ski slopes, or a spontaneous all-night out, the Insta360 Go Ultra makes sure every moment looks like it belongs in a highlight reel. Clipping onto your shirt, magnetizing under your jacket, or mounting on just about anything. The result is smooth, stabilized cinematic clips of your everyday adventures without bulky gear or complicated setups. You're not fumbling with the settings or lugging around heavy equipment. You're living life while it's recorded in crisp, stunning detail, perfect for creators, families, or anyone who wants their story told without interrupting it. So if you've ever wished you could share your life in a way that feels real, the Go Ultra makes it possible. Small enough to take everywhere, powerful enough to capture anything. Visit store.insta360.com and don't forget to use the code MacVoices at checkout to unlock your exclusive bonus accessories, sticky tabs. Insta360 Go Ultra, the lifestyle camera for the way you live. Thanks to Insta360 and the Go Ultra for supporting MacVoices. Marty, I may be looking to you for this because I think you were the one who had used the predecessor to the Dia browser. The Dia browser is now out, and you can subscribe to it for only $20 a month.
The Arc browser I spoke about on Tech Savvy Professor with another colleague of mine, and actually got email from people saying, "Oh, that's so great! That Arc browser is so great." It had a steep learning curve, but people who got into it really loved it. And then Dia, whatever it's called, they decided to close down Arc and switch over to this new platform. And then shortly after switching over to that new platform, they had a paid tier for it. And if you take a look at the article that Chuck has shared, they really don't give a lot of information about what is in the paid tier, other than to say, if you don't get the paid tier, you're going to be missing out on all the special stuff.
Unlimited
And
chat
at that point,
usage.
what'd you say, Dave?
It was unlimited chat usage. That's all you get.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I'm not paying $20 a month for a new browser.
Yeah, exactly.
I rearranged things a little bit here because we talked about Alexa Plus, and in order to get Alexa Plus, you have to be a Prime member, or I think it's $20 a month, 20 or 25.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it ends up being cheaper to become a Prime member than it does to pay for. I did it again. Sorry, the A-Lady Plus to just subscribe to that directly. Then we turned around and Adobe Studio for the PDFs is $25 a month. Now Daya, whatever, wants $20 a month. And I'm just fascinated by all these services that seem to be landing in that $20 a month, because that stops people and makes them think. And when are they going to figure out that a subscription usually works best if people sign up for it and forget about it? But I'm not sure anybody's setting up. Maybe they are, but signing up for $20 a month pop and then forgetting about it.
They haven't given anything to us to even try it to see if it's a product that we want to then invest in. They're just saying, here's the on-ramp, here's the off-ramp. And I think it is, when I read through the article, and Webb might be able to respond to this better, or anybody from an enterprise standpoint respond to it better. It just seems like a poor layout of a new product, destined to not encourage people to use it.
I mean, I looked at it and you're right. And this, to go back to ChatGPT, I feel like this is where they were really smart, because they gave you a lot of capability for free and got you hooked. And then it's like, well, maybe I'll try it for their subscription. And then after I learn to use it a little bit more, I'm getting so much more out of it. And I keep getting more out of it. And I feel like this is a subscription I'm going to stick with for a while because I'm getting things out of it. And what's almost, pardon me, what's almost worse is it's clearly learning things about me that are making it more valuable to me. So.
It's an interesting model, Chuck. The first one's free. I think I've heard that model before, where first one's free and you get hooked on it and move on from there. I'm not sure how long the world is for this Dia browser. I think it's probably going to go the other way, where you have the AI companies more looking to try to buy out the browsers. I think Perplexity was looking to purchase Chrome and put out that crazy bid out last week, and moving out that way. I would probably see it going the opposite way. It's not embedding trying to sell your browser, but your AI will be part of your browser. We're just going to buy a browser and we'll be a browser company at the same time.
Yeah, but the Perplexity also launched its own browser, Gamet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess, and Norbert, I agree with you on everything. I'm fascinated by the people, and this goes over to the streaming services as well, is, what they're looking for you to pay, is just unrealistic if you want to subscribe to more than a couple. We're almost right back to cable TV. And so, and again, to Apple TV Plus's credit, they've had some price increases, but they've held it down to a mild roar. It's still a little more expensive than I'd like to see, because I think you could dominate a lot more with a lower fee. But I'm not the one paying the bills either. So, we always have to do one fun one for the end, and so this was from last week, and we got to do this just for fun. But Macworld had an article that talks about what happens if you fold a Galaxy Z Fold 200,000 times. And it gets really ugly. It creaks, it leaks. As the title says, creaks, leaks, and crashes. Now, 200,000 is a lot of folding. And I don't know how long it took them to fold it 200,000 times. But it's, I don't even know if that's realistic. And this is clearly clickbait, and I bought into it because it's so absurd. So I confess, but yeah.
Marty, didn't you do the math on this already? And it's something ridiculous.
Well, it's simple math. If you go to the around 46,000 folds, creaking noises start coming from your hinge. So what I figured was I'm going to open and close my phone. I'm going to open, if I have a fold, I'm going to open it maybe 10 times a day. I'll do most of my information on the outside screen, and I'll never open it up unless I'm going to be doing some larger actions or maybe some browsing or maybe some media or something like that. So maybe 10 times a day, which means that takes that number down to 4,600. And if you divide 4,600 by 365 days in a year, you get to basically 12 years. Now, I guarantee you, I will not be keeping a phone for 12 years. And you'll be lucky if I keep the phone for 12 months. When the next model comes out. So nobody puts it into perspective of use. They just say, look at all the cool things that happen, and it could happen to you too. So that's my complaint with the article. This was probably done by a group of graduate students in a lab that, maybe it was a marathon pizza party or something where everybody had to fold it and they stopped at certain points to do it. It just seems you're right, Chuck. It's a fun article to read, but when you work the numbers out, it just doesn't make sense to me.
What'd you say, 12 years, Marty?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just did a little math of my own. This is an iPhone 6S, and I would have gotten it on the day it came out, and so it's pushing 11 years right now.
Yeah, but that's not a Samsung phone or a Google phone.
Right, and it's also not a foldable. But I guess my point is that, 12 years, it's not completely unrealistic. No, this is not supported any longer.
12 years, Chuck, you start creaking after 12 years, not your phone.
I'm creaking now, Marty. I'm creaking. I'm not leaking, and I'm not crashing yet. But
you're just not old enough then.
Thanks, Will. Okay, we got another one from Eric.
Even Norbert too.
First you're peaking, then you're creaking, and then you're leaking, and then that's the order you go in.
Thanks, Norbert.
Eric, you're going to need a refill on that mug.
Yeah. It's a whiskey drink. It's a vodka drink.
Guys, thank you. This is every Tuesday. This is my favorite night of the week because this always happens. We always end up laughing and having a lot of fun. And I like to think debating some really interesting points of some of the tech news. Let's go around the room, let folks know where they can find you if they want to debate things with you individually. This time I'll go back to our normal order so Dave doesn't feel neglected. Dave Ginsburg, thank you so much for being here. Where can folks find you?
Oh, thank you as always for having me. You can find me at In Touch with iOS at intouchwithios.com. YouTube channel is youtube.com/intouchwithios. I'm here on Tuesday nights, as we are every Tuesday night. I'm on Vision Profiles on Monday nights. Unfortunately, I had the power go out of my house last night, so I was the Grand Wizard of Oz, trying to get on my phone, but it was kind of dark. But. And Thursdays we record In Touch with iOS, as well as on Fridays I'm on the Mac Show. And you can find me on social media, Blue Sky, Mastodon's most places I hang out. That's Dave G65.
Great. Thanks so much, Dave. Brian Flanigan-Arthurs, thank you for being here as always and being a voice of reason in what is a pretty unreasonable crowd. Where can folks find you?
Hey, thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. You can find me most often here on Tuesday evenings. In addition to that, another great place to catch up is on my website, where you can check ongoing projects and presentations, brian8944.com. And please do consider checking out a new episode of my podcast, On the Desk of Brian, just released this morning.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Something to look forward to. Marty Jencius, good to see you as always, you and your newly wagging clock. Where can folks find you?
You can find the projects that I'm involved in at the website, the podtalk.net. That includes Vision Profiles on Monday night with Dave and Eric at 9 p.m. streaming live. Tuesdays here with this wonderful group. Other projects and podcasts that I do at Thursdays with Dave on In Touch with iOS. And you can find me at Jencius, Jencius, at Blue Sky and also at mastodon.social. And I want to end with these words. The Kit Kat Clock Creed. Remember, put a smile on everyone's face, love in everyone's heart, energy in everyone's body, and be positive force in everyone's life. Know it, learn it, love it.
Thank you.
Because we like you.
You weren't here for that earlier, were you, Webb?
No, that's okay.
Yeah, okay. I was watching your face when he was reading it.
Yeah, well, remember, I told you what cats are good for, but I'm not going to repeat it here on the show. So
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I'm terribly allergic to cats, so that's why I have inanimate ones.
Jeff Gamet, I know you have a cat, so I can't make any cat jokes. So
I do
I'm just
have
going
a
to ask
cat,
you.
and I'm looking at her right now, and she seems very inanimate.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh,
Are you going to hang her on the wall?
I could try.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Where can
I
folks
think we're
find
gonna
you,
have a
Jeff?
Well, after I get out of the hospital from trying to hang my cat on the wall, you can find me on the social medias as Jay Gamet, and I'm active mostly on Mastodon and Blue Sky and PixelFed right now. Then for shows here on MacVoices Live on Tuesdays, then Thursdays on Dave's In Touch with iOS, the British Tech Network, The Big Show, and The Mac Show. Brian Chaffin and I do The Context Machine, and Patrice Brendamore and I do Retro Rewatch.
Great. Thanks so much, Jeff. Eric Bolden, next week you'll have a new photo and you'll know to lie to us about how you got it, how tough it was to get such a fantastic photo. But until then, where can folks find you?
Until then, I'll be outside herding hummingbirds into just the right pose. It will take days.
Herding hummingbirds is a phrase that's never been uttered before.
yeah.
Evidently, it's really difficult, but we'll see what happens. So I can be found on Mastodon after herding hummingbirds at EA Bolden at mas.to. Otherwise, Mondays with Vision Profiles with David and Marty.
Too much whiskey is what.
Oh man, that's just like my vision's getting kind of wavy. I have to add less next week. Tuesdays here on MacVoices, and Thursdays with In Touch with iOS, covering all of my OS bases. Yeah, got to drink less next week.
Thank you.
You say that
Thank
now.
Yeah, just wait to see what happens next week. Jim Ray, thank you for being here as always. I hope all your hassles get resolved. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Mastodon. Couldn't think of anything better to say. At ProViewJim, it's spelled weird. ProVuejim at techhub.social.
Great. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you being here and the extra effort to get here. Well, Bixby, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. At least today you were only chewing on your cookie. Where can folks find you?
As usual, I pretty much have the same handle on all the different socials, WebBixby, WEB, BIXBY, but I still choose Blue Sky because I like the name. Thanks, Chuck.
As good a reason as any, Web. As good a reason as any. Last but not least, Norbert Frassa. Norbert, it's great to have you. We got to make this more of a regular thing. But until that happens, where can folks find you? Are you muted, Norbert?
Because
people
he
still want to know where
people don't know where to find him.
I want to be incognito as usually. I'm the slacker of the group, so I don't have any special tech podcasts or websites or anyone that. But if anyone wants to reach out to me, probably find me here a little bit more often. Hopefully, the next half of the month, next half of the year. And if they really want to reach out to me, Norbert Frassa on all the socials, and Norbert at MacVoices.com is an email address.
Great. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Mac Voices Live. You can find us Tuesday nights right here at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV, having this much fun talking over the week's tech news. I hope you will join us. And if you can't be here during the live shows, don't worry about it. They end up showing up in the Mac Voices feeds, lightly edited. Okay, sometimes heavily edited. So you won't miss a thing. Until the next time, and as always, thanks for watching.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with Mac Voices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.